Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to what is going to be a very crafty video today. So I don't think I've ever really mentioned on my channel about how, obviously you know that I love interior and I obviously buy lots of things for my home, but another passion of mine is actually crafting. I really enjoy it. I don't actually have time for it, or really set aside any time, I should say. I just love it. When I do actually get stuck in, I really enjoy crafting, and I wanted to give you a few ideas and some things today that maybe you could make yourself. I've got myself a nice cup of tea because I get the feeling that this is going to be a long one and hair needs to go up. I've got not a scruffy t-shirt, but a t-shirt that I just normally wear to bed. Yeah, hair up. I want to get stuck in. So before we get into this video, grab yourself a drink of choice and some snacks, snuggle up. And if you are crafty out there, hopefully this will give you some ideas. If you aren't crafty, then maybe you could have a little dabble and see whether you like it. Shall I put you up a little bit? I want you to be able to see what I'm doing. Yeah, I am sorry, I have got a ring light on behind you, but I think it's that light coming from the conservatory that's kind of offsetting the light, but we're just gonna have to make do. So I think the first thing I'm going to show you is something that I actually made this morning off camera, and the reason why I did that is because I actually got another one that I'm going to make that's slightly smaller, and I just thought, I knew this was going to be time consuming, so I've made one already. I do have to finish this off, which I'm going to finish off now, and then I've got another one that I'm actually going to make with you, which is a BB one. Now these were in Hobbycraft in like the wood section, but they were just triangles. Now, straight away, I looked at this and it's like, that is Christmas trees. So they're actually reduced. Now, I don't know if they still will be or whether they will be in your store. I can't guarantee that, but I think it was $150 for the large one and then $125 for the small, which is an absolute bargain. Screams Christmas tree shape to me. So what I've done is I've weaved this green twine in, out, like essentially in a figure of eight. So I've kind of gone in, out, around, you know, like figure of eight. That's what I've done with this. And I'm now going to go around and fill in the bottom bit because I just think it looks a little bit odd. And then we'll start on the smaller one and I can show you how I made it. And then I've got a few other crafty bits that I thought we could have a go at together. And yeah, I've got quite a lot of crafty things, but I don't think it's all going to be in one video because I think that'd be a little bit too much. So there will be a part 2 to this at some point. I'm just going to place a little bit of glue. You really don't need a lot. This is purely just for attaching your jute, wool, whatever you want to use, really doesn't matter. I've got a combination here of some wool, I've got some red jute, brown natural, it really doesn't matter. And then I'm just going to go from side to side, attaching this, holding it for a little minute, and then wrapping it around. So eventually I will cover the whole of the base. Don't want to use too much glue because I hate it when it leaks through. It doesn't look the best. Some you can pick off, like I'm picking off a bit on that corner bit, but others it's like a little bit more noticeable. And I just think this looks really effective. It was stupidly cheap to make. Really, it's only my time. And yeah, I'm tempted to go back and get some more of these actually from Hobbycraft because yeah, they are really nice and an absolute bargain. I think it's that thing, isn't it, I've mentioned on my channel a few times about thinking out the box, looking at certain things and not necessarily looking at it for the intended use that it is. And obviously this isn't meant to be in their Christmas section, hence why it was like dirt cheap. Oh, I burned myself so many times. And it's like this short, sharp electric shock with the glue gun. Never learn, always end up doing it, which is annoying. I've got quite a few crafts coming up and I found it really frustrating because I watch other YouTubers that do crafting, like Rosie Henshaw for one, and she brought one out on the weekend, which I watched. And I was just like, oh my God, that's one of the things that I'm actually going to be doing. And I just thought, it's just going to look like I've watched her channel now and copied. I did mention on a video previous to this that I was doing crafting, and I think I showed some bits. But you know, it's like, I mean, how you end up having the exact same ideas as somebody else, I don't know. Obviously this is an idea that she hasn't done a video of, but do you know what I mean? It's just like, really? It's not going to look like it was my idea now. And I know a lot of people tend to look on Pinterest and stuff for ideas. I don't actually do that. I just have like ideas that just spring in my head. And there's nothing wrong with looking at Pinterest. Like, it's a really good place to get some good ideas. But yeah, I just kind of get like ideas pop in my head, and like I said, whenever I go somewhere I always try and look at something and see how I can use it in a different way to what it's intended for, because that's what I think are the best ideas, the ones that, I don't know, it's meant to be something else and you've made it into something completely different. Maybe me and Rosie Henshaw are just on the same wavelength. She's obviously done way more crafty videos than what I have. Crafting is always something that I've just loved, but obviously I've got a job as well as this, and it's just time, lack of time. And I should make more time really, because I really enjoy crafting. Really love making things and getting stuck in. I just get a lot of joy from it. I thought I'd give you a bit of an update as well about my job. Yeah, I'm just loving it. I had a shift on Saturday where I did replan for the whole shift, and then at the very end I had to go round and make everything that was on the shelves face forwards. And I'm like, I knew I was like, had OCD tendencies. I've always known that. But my God, did I get so much pleasure from just making things tidy and facing a certain way. That's like proper sad, isn't it? Well, it's not. I get a lot of pleasure out of it. And yeah, I just loving life on Saturday. I could have, obviously my shift came to an end. I honestly could have kept going. It's nice to do a job that I like really enjoy. It's blooming hard work, don't get me wrong. I think I've said that to you already. It is hard work, but I kind of see that as being a good thing. Like, my job before was literally sitting down practically all day, travelling somewhere and then sitting down. Whereas this, it's just non-stop. You're on the go all the time. But I really like it. So yeah, little update on my job. Loving it. It's definitely feeding my OCD. And I burnt myself again. What is wrong with me? You think you're going to see me doing that a lot on this video, burning myself. How is everyone feeling about Christmas this year? You have to let me know in the comments. I don't know what it is this year. I'm just looking forward to it so much. Like, so much. I don't know why. I don't know if it's because where I'm working has got so much Christmas stock. And I keep forgetting that we're only in November. So yeah, maybe that's it. I don't know. My Christmas deck's all down from the loft. I spent hours yesterday up in the loft going through like all the decks that were up there and sorting through. I've got lots of things down that I thought that I could try and upscale rather than necessarily, I don't know, chucking away or giving to charity. So that will definitely come in another video. But yeah, all the decks are down, which I'm really excited about. And I think I want to get this crafty stuff out the way. Well, not out the way because I'm doing it, but get these videos up. Then obviously I need to upscale some decks, baubles and things. And then hopefully I can get my decks up, but they are all down. Hello, Miss Gracie Woo. Hello. Are you saying hello? Oh my goodness me, you attention seeking. You want everyone to hear you. Oh, Gracie. Food in your bowl, gorgeous. Yeah. Just looking forward to Christmas massively. Christmas deck's going to go up nice and early. Me and my youngest daughter just basically told my husband the way it was going to be, and it was tough. So yeah, looking forward to getting those up. And I think it's quite nice as well, you know, looking back at my videos, thinking about the other day, looking back and being able to look at what colour scheme I went for. Like when I went up in the loft, I found like a navy blue ribbon. And then I was thinking, oh, did I use navy blue last year? I can't honestly remember. Right, last bit of glow. I can't honestly remember. But this year, I definitely want to go like reds, greens, and like burgundy. I really love burgundy at the moment. So I definitely think that's kind of the colours I'm going to go for this year. And I have bought some tester pots of like a red and a green paint. So I thought I could use that to upscale some baubles, which would be nice. Right, let's see if I can glue that down, that end, probably with burning myself, because I'm really good at doing that. Inside here, we've got that wooden bit. I think I'm going to glue this down which you'll probably not be able to see this. Yeah, I'm going to do that and fill it in, I think. Very aware I'm not really showing you what I'm doing, but it's very hard. So can you just see that I'm now going round and just covering all of the bottom? I know I don't have to do it, but I'm a bit of a perfectionist. I like everything to look neat, as you know. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I'm going to leave the other side because I just think it's boring. You keep watching me do this one, but yeah, it looks really neat now. So that's that one. And then we'll move on to the smaller one, which I think I'm going to use this. It's ever so slightly sparkly. I don't know if that's picking up. Yeah, I thought that would be quite nice. I did have problems when I got near the top of this one. So there isn't really enough room to push the ball through. I think I'm just gonna go up literally as far as I can, and then I'm just gonna have to cut it off because that ball is only gonna fit through there for so long. I think if you're using like knitting wool, that would probably be a lot easier to push through because this has not got, obviously it's rock hard. The wool is a lot more bendable. So yeah, I think that would be better. And all you do is literally, make sure I get right to the bottom of this one. I kept tension when I was making mine. So even when you're feeding through, you see I'm holding it there, keeping as much tension as possible. And then all you'll do is literally not covering the wool over and over. You're just doing one strip at a time. I mean, you could do double thickness if you wanted to, but I don't think it's covering the wood. I don't really think you need to. And yeah, you're just creating an S shape. And as that builds up, it starts to create that really nice piece in the middle, which I just think is really nice. So yeah. I am going to put you on a bit of a time lapse now, I think, because this does take time. And yeah, you're just going to be seeing the same thing. So I'm going to put you on time lapse and then we'll come back to it, hopefully, when it's done. That's taken so much longer than what I thought, and I'm now really losing light. So I might do a bit of rub and buff and see how that goes, but then carry this on to a different day because lighting is rubbish. Anyway, here is the finished product, and then we've also got a red one. And yeah, I think they look really, really cute. Really effective. I like that. So that is those. Okay, let's try a little bit of the rub and buff, I think. I do have a paintbrush. I'm going to try using a paintbrush. I don't know. I've never used this, so I've got no clue how it's actually going to go, but let's try it on one of these giant cowbells and see how that goes. I don't know I don't know if the paintbrush is going to work. I might have to go in with fingers. Yeah, I don't know if you can. No, I don't think you. Oh no, you can sort of. It's taken a slight sheen off. Maybe this stuff just isn't as good as rubber buff. I don't know, because in certain lights then you can see it. Maybe it's just me not trusting the process. Yeah, maybe it is. I'm not sure it's going to be like overly show up for you though, because it's only in certain lights that I can actually see it for myself. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this, come back to it. I'm going to take my daughter out, and then yeah, we'll see what it looks like tomorrow in daylight, because it is still daylight, but it's looking very dark in here. So catch up with you tomorrow. Okay, I just thought I would come on and show you what I've done. Excuse the noise of the tumble dryer. I know it's gonna be annoying, but my daughter needs her bedding dried. So this is the one that I've done, and then this is the original one. I just feel it's taken a little bit of the edge off, not being as gold. Let's have a go at one of the white bells. Like I said, I've got no clue how it's going to turn out. I'm just going to do one bell to begin with, see what it looks like. I think this one, kind of thinking it's going to show up more. Ooh, okay. That's really, really nice. Oh, I like that. Straight away, if you can see, quite hard with the ring light on, but straight away it looks way more expensive. I do love upscaling things or just making it my own, because I don't know, everyone's got, you know, if you go to Home Bargains, everyone's going to have exactly the same, and don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that, because I buy loads of things from there, but sometimes it's just nice to do something that you've made slightly different, or you know. Right, so I'm doing kind of like a wash, what looks like a wash. I think I am going to do all three now, and then what I'll do is tomorrow when it's dried I might go in and pull out a few bits darker than the rest. So this is almost like, treat it a bit like a base coat, and I'll assess it tomorrow or whenever I come back to this, and then make my decision if I do, you know, a few areas, building up more with colour, because I do think that this is a product that you could layer, and I'm sure in the packaging yeah, so it's permanent, which I quite like, but I'm presuming that's after, not that there's any instructions on there, but I'm presuming that's after it's dried for quite a while, because it doesn't, there's no instructions stating how long that needs to dry for. But yeah, I think I'm just going to give these like a light coating and then build it up. And then what I think I'm going to do lastly, before I stop doing this for the day, is I'm going to have a go at my amazing bauble jar that I bought from Home Bargains. See whether I can get that looking gold rather than silver. Right, so I'm going to leave these, come back to them when they're dry, like I said, maybe add to it. But for now, let's have a go. Can unscrew it. Let's have a go at aging this. This is what I've been most excited about, actually. And I'm hoping this is going to cover, because the actual ring part of the lid is plastic, so I'm hoping it's going to still work. And again, I think this is going to be building up layers. Get so engrossed, and then I suddenly think, oh, can you actually see me or see what I'm doing? And again, it's just taking something and changing it, and I really think this is going to make it look way more expensive. I mean, there's nothing wrong with the silver lid if you love silver, but yeah, I'm definitely more about the aged look. That looks so nice. I think with a couple of layers, it's going to look really, really lovely. I'm going to leave that now overnight. So I've got no idea how long it's going to take to dry, and then I've got work tomorrow, but I'm going to leave all this out on the island, not put it away. Right, we're on another day and another task. That stuff that I bought from Hobbycraft, that little pot of the gold is absolute rubbish, so don't use it. I bought this yesterday from the range, which is Wilko Gold Paint. I have done a couple of coats. It does dry really quick. I much prefer the colour. And I also did it on this lid, which I think looks better. Might do another coat on that, I'm not sure yet. And then probably cover over with some Modge Podge to seal it, and probably all the bells as well. But next task, I've got a load of these wooden stars from the range. I picked up 2 packs, 50 grams each. These were only £1. I don't know if this is going to work. I think it should work. I'm going to pop them in this IKEA bag, pop in some gold paint, squish them around, and hopefully get all of these coloured gold. And then I think I'll put them on a baking sheet to dry. And then my plan is to use them, I suppose, a bit like to add to a green garland with some probably string or ribbon or something like that, join them together. And here the air fryer Isla is making her lunch. Aren't you, Pip? What? Huh?
And play.
Oh, she needs to play. Here you go, Pip. Okay, let's see whether this is going to work. So I've tipped both into there. And then I think I'm going to try maybe using this gold paint. This was also from the range. I don't want to go overboard and have too much in here and for it to be swimming in it. So I think start off with less and then add more. I don't see why this wouldn't work. We'll try it. Okay, I think I'm going to get a baking sheet now, put them behind, yeah, get them drying. If I keep moving my neck weird, I really crick my neck. Was it last night when I was brushing my teeth? Just looked funny and it's driving me insane. No, not last night, the night before. Get these out and then they can get drying. Oh, it's actually worked really well. There are like a few white bits, but not overly bothered by that. I quite like that. It gives a bit of an aged effect, almost a bit like gold leaf. Right, leave those to dry. Next thing I'm going to do is, I've got a load of baubles and I'm going to have a go at upscaling them. I went up into the loft last weekend and had a really good sort through. I found some really nice baubles that, don't know, I think need a lease of life, new lease of life. A few that I don't particularly like the colour of, but they are really nice baubles, and some of them have got really nice, like the hanging metal bit at the top. So I've got some red paint that I bought from the range. I also picked that up from B&Q, a nice forest sort of green colour, and then I've also got that gold that I've just used, and then I've also got that metallic paint as well. I've also got some decorations that I'm going to take to a charity shop, because I've gone into quite a few charity shops just recently looking for bits myself. And I don't know if it's because their Christmas stuff isn't out yet, or they don't have much donated, because yeah, I've got quite a lot of stuff out of the loft that I know that I'm not gonna upscale, or it's just not, yeah. Anyway, I've got a box of charity bits. So let me just show you the baubles that I do have. I've got quite a few, so I might do one or two with you and then put you, oh my gosh, put you on a time lapse. So I've got two of these like smoky coloured ones, which are really nice, but I feel I can better it. They've got a really nice metal bit on the top, and I also replaced it with some black ribbon. So I might change the ribbon, but I've taped all of these up. I've got these ones, which just isn't my colour at all, but the actual metal bit at the top is so nice. So I'm going to paint those. These, again, just not my taste at all. It's actually got a glass like loop at the top. So I've covered the top part, and then I'm going to paint this. Don't know what yet. And then again, these got a really nice sort of brassy top to the top of the bauble. Not my colour anymore. I'm not sure it ever was really. I don't know why I ever bought this. I don't think I've ever had that sort of colour on my tree. But yeah, I'm going to have a go at changing up a few of the baubles. Oh, that one as well, which I think is really pretty, but I feel like I can make it nicer. So I might start off with the glittery one actually, and I think I'm gonna go, I'm thinking the red. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the red, I think, for that one. I can't find anything to put my paint on, so I'm going to use these bits of plastic. And then I did get all of my paintbrushes out ready. But honestly, if you could see the chaos that is here, it's just mental. Absolutely mental. Ah, and there is the Hobbycraft stuff. Do not bother. Absolute crap. I thought it'd be like Rub and Buff. It is not. Okay, so I'm going to go in with some of this really nice red paint. Got my little bit at the top I can actually hold on to. I think this is going to be definitely a couple of coats, because it's coming out quite pinky at the moment. Hopefully it will go a bit darker. And I think I really need to load this paint on because of all the little nooks and crannies. And then tomorrow I've also got a day off, which it's Friday's like an extra shift that I picked up. But I left this Friday because I've booked to go to that Japanese head spa place that I went to last time in Birmingham, and I'm really excited. It's kind of like, I don't know, a Christmas present to myself. I've had it booked now for quite a few weeks. You book it and you pay sort of like nearly half the deposit, so it's quite nice because you can kind of split the amount up. So yeah, I'm going to get up really early tomorrow because I think my appointment is actually at 10 and it's in Birmingham, and I think it's going to be, well, dependent on traffic, around an hour and a half away. So I'm really excited about that. I am hoping this time to be a bit braver and ask if there's anywhere that I can set up my camera. I know there's lots of people that hate like having people touch their hair and things like that, but I love it, and I love having my hair washed. Yeah, I couldn't fault it last time. Such an amazing experience, and it's just so relaxing. And we all need time, don't we? We all need time to, I don't know, do something for ourselves. And I don't actually do much for myself with working and doing YouTube. There isn't really the time. So occasionally I like to spend a little bit of money on myself as a little treat, because we should all treat ourselves and do something that makes ourselves feel good inside. And it's been a long time actually since I last went to that spa place. I can't even remember when it was. It might have been like early summertime. I'm really into charity shops at the moment. I've bought a couple of Christmassy books, but I'm particularly looking at the hardcover underneath. Ooh. Because I just want some really nice Christmas cookbooks on show. I thought that would look really nice in the kitchen. My plan is to coat these with Modge Podge over the top. If you don't know what Modge Podge is, it's kind of a bit like PVA, but a little bit more hardware. You can get lots of different finishes, matte, shiny, semi-shiny. And yeah, it's just really good stuff, and it seals things like this really well. So I will be sealing everything afterwards. I think because I've got the red out, I'm going to go in with this pink, and this is going on so much easier than that bauble. But again, it's like, I don't know, it's coming out quite like a raspberry sort of red. Not really what I was thinking it was going to turn out like, but paint can be deceiving, and it certainly can look completely different after a couple of coats. And then I've got lots of ribbons that I just collected over time, and I've also got some from HomeSense that I purchased recently in a really nice like box. So my plan is to change all of the ribbons on these. Well, not that this even was ribbon. I think it was string, and then like I think some of these had like the organza sort of stuff on it, which not my cup of tea. Right, I'm going to try doing one of these burnt orangey ones now, and then after this one, I think you're probably sick of hearing my voice now for quite a while. So I think I'll put on some nice music, and we'll go to a time lapse for a little while. I'm going to go for my fancy ribbon that I picked up in HomeSense. I just really love this. And a nice little neat box, all your ribbons sort of in one place, ultra tidy. Kind of my dream really. I think I'm actually going to go for the big round ones, green on green. So green bauble with green ribbon. I I think that looked really nice. So I'm just gonna feed it through the bauble, and then what I'm gonna do is those ends, I'm gonna tuck through just so it forms a nice, neat loop. I want it looking like nice and neat, and then just try and tidy up as much as you can. I'm gonna have to do this down here. I don't know if maybe I can rest it on there. And then I'm gonna tie a knot. I personally don't like my ribbons too long. This is quite a weighty bauble, and I do find that it really weighs down the branch on the tree. And yeah, I'm not overly keen on really long hanging ribbons. I just find that it doesn't hang very nicely on the tree. I prefer to have it a bit shorter like that. And then just make sure it's really tight. And then I'm just going to trim those edges. They are gonna probably fray as well. There we go. So yeah, you can obviously have that longer if you want to. I do like I said, mine would be quite short. I could maybe do a little bit longer than that, but I do quite like that. I think I might go for this colour on the next green big bauble. Do you like this colour? It's kind of like a, I don't know, like a mulberry sort of pink, I think you would say. Not exactly sure, but a really lovely colour. Again, I'm going to just go through and then loop through that hole. I just find that this gives a nice tidy tie on the bauble, and I try and make sure that when it loops round, you've got the velvet side showing, not obviously the other side. And then just make sure both of them position around the right way. I think I might try looping this in a different way this time. Slightly longer, not too long. Really tighten it up. I think if it's super tight, I don't think it's going to go anywhere, and then literally just cut off the excess. So yeah, that one is very slightly longer, but I do like the contrast of the colour. But yeah, any colour ribbon you fancy. And then I've got these antique looking ones with the brass sort of bit that was already on. I've obviously just painted. I think I might go for a nice deeper burgundy on this one. You want a fairly good amount of ribbon. You don't want to be stinging on it because it's just going to make it harder to tie it up. So again, I'm gonna feed, this one might be a bit harder because it's a lot smaller, feed through and then go back through your loop and then start and tighten up, but ensuring that the velvet is showing on that front bit, just so it looks neat. Tighten up, but when you do tighten up, make sure you're holding on to this bit and pulling, otherwise you run the risk of pulling this out. And then I think I'm going to go for the same, I think I prefer the second tie method that I did. So just looping through. And you don't have to cut off the excess. You could have that sticking up. I still think that would look equally as nice. You could do a bow if you wanted to. Bow you could easily do, but you would need a lot more ribbon and you're not really going to see it on the tree. So for me, I feel like I'd be wasting loads of ribbon, and ribbon isn't the cheapest. Okay, this one I think I might leave just a little bit of excess at the top. And again, I really like the contrast of the burgundy next to the green. I think I'm going to do another burgundy one on there, especially as this year burgundy is the colour in clothing and home decor, so we'll keep with that. Now the great thing with this is that year to year, if you like your traditional tree colours, your reds and your greens, switch out your ribbon. It's so easy to do. Just switch it out and then you're giving, you know, completely different appearance to a bauble, or making a really plain bauble look really expensive. That's why I started doing this, purely for the fact of I quite liked making my baubles look way more expensive than what they are. And it's just, you know, a bit of ribbon is going to go a long way. You can pick up ribbon, doesn't have to be velvet. You can pick up like silky ribbon, which is probably a little bit cheaper than velvet. But if you're going to be keeping this on for most years, then I think it's worth an investment of a bit of velvet. And I really like that contrast of the burgundy against the green. I think it's really pretty. So I'm not going to put any ribbon on the ones that are still wet. I'm going to have to wait for those to dry. This needle back in just so it keeps the ribbon tied up. That is such a beautiful shade of green. If you don't know, or if you've not ever heard me say, green is my favourite colour. I just love green. Green, black, I think they're just really beautiful colours. Okay, I'm not going to push that one in fully because I will be using those ribbons again and it is a little bit tricky to get out. So I'm just going to switch on my glue gun now, and I'm going to attempt to make this star, but I did have a go at doing this off camera and it was really hard to loop round the angles, so I am going to try using the glue gun today and hoping that that will work. I have got this wool which was from Home Bargains. I think it was like £2 something. It's just a really nice cream colour. I'm going to start at the top and try and tie a knot. Hopefully this will work with gluing it in place. And then what I think I'm going to have to do, I mean, I could put the whole ball through. I suppose I could. We'll see how we get on. I'm worried it's going to get tangled up and be quite hard to use. So the plan is, that doesn't exactly look, I'm not showing you the best of sides. The plan is to go all the way around and make a big fluffy star. Hopefully, if I am glue gunning, hopefully it's going to stay in place. This is going to take quite a while, so I think I'll do the first few and then I'll put you on another time lapse just so you're not spending 3 hours watching me do exactly the same thing, but it's literally just feeding it around. I'm going to point the camera down a bit so you can see me, you don't need to see my face. And yeah, let's put you on a time lapse. Okay, I finished my star. I wouldn't exactly say that this is my finest moment. That was stressful. I've got fluff everywhere. It was going all up my nose. I definitely wouldn't use wool for that again. And I wouldn't exactly say it looks that great. I mean, it's okay. It looks all right from a distance, but just don't look close up. Yeah, anyway, I definitely won't be using that frame again. It was just really tricky to get round. I should have looked on Pinterest really and looked at how other people had done it. I did think about weaving some ribbon in, out, but I still would have had the problem. And also the ribbon would have had that wet look from where I was using the glue gun. So yeah, I mean, it's okay. It's homemade, but I wouldn't exactly say that, I don't know, I'm not thrilled with it. But yeah, I think next time I would definitely use like a different material. I think that the wool was just a nightmare. And yeah, you probably can't see, but I'm covered, absolutely covered. So I think what I'm going to do now is try styling up a few pieces. We'll start with the Home Bargains bauble that I bought. And I think I'm going to put some lights in it. I was going to use it as a cookie jar, but like I said before, I'd have to put a lot of cookies in it. And we don't really eat biscuits in this house, occasionally, but yeah. So I think I'm going to start off with that. I'm just pointing the camera down so you can see. I've got some of these wired lights. I think these are 100, which is obviously quite a lot. I'm just untangling them. I'm so awful at like trying to untangle something and it just gets more tangled. What is going on? Oh my goodness me, nothing's ever easy or simple, is it? Or quick. I'm going to feed these through there and then I'm going to leave out the battery pack. Should have made sure the wire was straight. Okay. And I gently feed all of it through. It's going to look so pretty. I'm glad I changed my mind. Cookies would have been cute, but we just don't really eat that many biscuits, and if I was to buy them then I've got to eat them, and that just is not ever a good thing, especially at Christmas time when there's loads of food as it is. These lights, by the way, were from Poundland. Right, I'm just gonna try and get those all over the place. What I think I might do is stick part of the lights to this lid so it holds them up. I don't think it matters. I can't find my sellotape. It's going to have to be bright yellow masking tape, but nobody's going to see it. It's absolutely fine. It's only you guys that know. Okay. So I'm just going to stick it like that. Pop it back in. And then, there we go. And there we have, let me pull up the camera a bit. There we have such a gorgeous, sparkly oh my god, I love it. I absolutely love it. Oh, it's so cute. Love it. And I so prefer the gold lid, and it really complements the lights inside as well, because although the lights are silver, it gives that gold feeling. Oh, I love it. Absolutely love it. Now, I've had a few subscribers say that they haven't actually been able to get hold of that bauble. Now, if it hadn't have been so heavy, if I'd seen any, I would have picked some up for you, but it's just too heavy. It would cost a fortune to post, and I'd be so worried that it wouldn't arrive in one piece. The only thing I can say is just keep looking out in your home bargains, because at certain points where I've really wanted something and thought that I wouldn't be able to get hold of it, and then I've just randomly found it in my store. So do just keep a lookout. I don't know if you can order it online. I'm presuming not, because I would have thought that any of you that really wanted it would have looked online first. But yeah, I'm just gonna do an overview now of the baubles and the trees that I made, and I think I'm gonna round up this video. This is gonna be a part one. There are gonna be lots more crafting videos, but I think it's just too much to stick in one video, so I'll space these out. But yeah, let's have an overview of everything that I've made today. Well, everything that I've made so far. Here we have it, everything that I've made in this video. We've got our stars, one made from wool, and then these were coloured jute. I really love how they've turned out. I think they are absolutely gorgeous, and yeah, could either be attached to a tree or garland, anything really. Got all of the baubles that I've upscaled off camera. I did add some green ribbon to these, which I really love. And then we've got our string trees, which I think turned out so well. I absolutely love them. Again, keeping that red and green theme. And then we've got these gorgeous gold baubles, which I absolutely love. We've got the cowbells that I have repainted. I much prefer the look of them now. It's like a matte sort of gold. Really gorgeous. And then we've got the smaller cowbells, which again I've painted. And then the gorgeous, humongous glass bauble that I got from Home Bargains, which obviously I've upscaled by painting this gold. I much prefer it gold than the silver, and I think it does really complement the lights inside. The viral door garland. At the moment I've just put this red bow on, which I got from Soster & Gren. I don't know if I'm going to keep it on there yet. I do love the simplicity, but I don't know whether to get some velvet ribbon and do one of those double bows. I've seen them all over TikTok, but this would do for now. I'm going to pop this on the front door, and I'll also show you the beaded garland that I started making in this video. Haven't finished it yet, but I can certainly show you the progress that I've made. Okay, here are the wired stars that I've been making. This is going to be a work in progress. Hopefully in the next video I can give you an update. I'm essentially twisting the wire each side of the wooden star. It's going to look amazing when it's done, and I think it'll look really nice draped on a garland, but it's just time consuming, and it's kind of one of those jobs that I'm doing as and when I get a chance, to be honest with you. But yeah, I'm really pleased with how these stars turned out and the colour of them. A really quick and easy process by sticking them in the bag, and I'd highly recommend, because that's really worked well. Okay, before I say goodbye, I'm going to quickly show you the front door. So I did mention that, or I think I mentioned, oh God, the sunlight, that I wanted to create like a parcel. So I have got this velvet witch ribbon, which was 3 for 2 in B&M, and then I had this bow from last year, so I put that on. And then I've just gone very classic, and I've got my Home Bargains wreath, and again the ribbon runs, I'm trying to be careful not to show you my door number, but yeah, it runs down, crosses over all the way to the bottom. So I really hope you have enjoyed this first crafting video. Like I said, there will be more to follow. If you did like this though, can you give it a thumbs up to let me know that you enjoyed it? And if you're enjoying this kind of content, I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel. I upload every Sunday and Wednesday at 6 p.m. and sometimes there is a little bonus upload in there. Take care everyone, and I'll see you really soon in my next video. Bye.